right after Rusty and I got married, he got arrested for stealing gas and put in jail. While he was in jail, his friend Ralph raped me. Oh yeah, he beat the crap out of him. And then we went to Arizona, where he stayed for about 3 or 4 days, and then we got into a big fight. He slapped me in the face and he left. He went and he stayed with Tina. At the time, her and Jerry were broken up. But I guess size really does matter, because that didn't last long. Well, a couple of weeks after he was gone from the house where me and him were staying with Mom, Mom decided to take me to Tucson. She told me we were going to go and eat dinner at McDonald's. She drove me to the YWCA. I said, she goes, come on in here, I want to show you something. And I went with her. I was so happy we were doing something together. We were bonding, I thought. We get inside and she says, this is where you're going to stay. And now I'm holding my baby. I'm like, how can we keep the baby here? You know, she says, you're going to have to get a job, so I want you to stay here, and I want you to stay in Tucson, and I want you to get a job, and then you can get on your feet, and you don't have to pay any rent here, they'll help you. I said, okay, well, fine. And she said, give me the baby, and I said, why? You can't keep the baby here. Oh my God. Stacy was crying her eyes out. I have never forgotten that moment. As soon as Mom left with the baby, I started hitchhiking back home. She had my daughter. Every day I hitchhiked down there to see my baby. No car, no help, nothing. Mom wouldn't bring her in to see me. I had to hitchhike to Mammoth from Tucson every day, and when it started getting dark, she'd say, you better get going, it's getting dark. She would not let me stay home. I didn't know why. Mom wanted a pretty daughter, and I was ugly to her. I had fluoride stains on my teeth, which most of the kids in Mammoth did, from the fluoride they put in the well water. I had warts all over my fingers. She never taught me how to wear makeup or allowed me to wear makeup, so I didn't wear makeup. I didn't pluck my eyebrows. I didn't even know how to do that. Mom didn't tell me anything. Mom never told me about tampons. She never even bought me tampons. I'd have to ask her if I could use one of hers when I was on my period. And if I dared use anything of hers, oh, you know, she just never let me use anything of hers. Every day I would hitchhike down to Mammoth, scared to death, because every time I got there, Stacy still had the same diaper on her that I had put on her the night before. If she had diarrhea, which she did, because I wasn't breastfeeding her and Mom was giving her some kind of formula or milk, Mom brought me these pills called Stilbestrol. Because I told her, Mom, I have to come here every day and feed the baby. My breasts hurt if I don't. They were full of milk. And she goes, you take these pills and it'll help you not produce so much milk. Well, I didn't know that Stilbestrol completely destroys your milk glands. So then I didn't have any milk anymore. And I was trying to feed her, and she was so miserable. I mean, she was crying all the time. She had blisters on her butt from wearing those diapers with diarrhea in them. And then the last day I was down there, the last day Stacy was there, which was only when she was about 8 or 9 months old. I looked over at Mom, and I said, Mom, what's wrong with your stomach? Because it was so big. And she goes, I'm pregnant. Mom never even told me she was going to have a baby. I mean, I would have loved to have been there. I didn't even know when Trish was born, because Mom just shooed me away. And the way she did that was that she let Rusty. I went down there the day after I asked Mom, you know, are you pregnant? She said yes. And then I went down the next day from Tucson. I hitchhiked down there. And Stacy was gone. Oh, I let Rusty take her to Texas, she said. I said, what? Mom, why did you do that? He hasn't even helped with her at all. He's given her nothing. How did he buy her a plane ticket? Well, I bought them their tickets. I couldn't believe she did that. I ran out the door and just started hitchhiking. I hitched all the way to Freeport. It took me 25 hours. I looked all over Freeport, and then I looked all over for Denise. And when I did find her, she said, I don't know where the baby is. And Rusty's out of town. He should be back either tomorrow or the next day. And I said, well, you know, can I stay here with you? No, Ray won't let you stay here. And you're going to have to leave because the baby's going to be up and then we have to leave. And so I was like, I just hitchhiked down here from Arizona. God, I was so lost. I went down the street and I laid down in the bushes and I slept. When I woke up, it was dark. I went back over there. I went back to Denise's the second day. She said she hadn't heard from Rusty and she didn't know where the baby was, but she had called around and tried to find out, but she had no luck. She started giving me the bum's rush again, so I was leaving. And as I was leaving, I was crying. I heard Stacy crying in the back room. And I said, God, Denise, how could you do that to me? That is my baby. How would you feel if somebody did that to Rainez? How about if somebody took her from you? How would you feel? She goes, God, Darvi, you can't put me in this position. Rusty will kill me. She just kicked me out. Good friend. So I waited down the street in the dark. And I waited till all the lights were off. And I fell asleep a little while, and when I woke up, I went back over there. And I looked, I seen a bedroom window where Stacy was at. I opened it up, and I took her out of there, and I ran away with her. Got my baby back. And I called my dad, Gary, and asked him if I could come stay with him. He told me that he didn't have enough money to send me a ticket. I was standing in a laundromat, 24-hour laundromat, with the baby. I was so scared to death somebody was going to come and find us and that she was going to get taken away from me again. And there was a man in there doing laundry. And he says, I've got a friend that's got a restaurant. He could use some help. You could stay with me and you could earn enough money to get you a ticket to Utah, and I'll help you out. And I accepted. Thank God for Dave Delamater. Rusty came and saw me there one time on his birthday. He wasn't working. He wasn't doing anything. Drinking, having a good time. He never tried to take her away from me again. Well, Denise came over and saw me, had a nice visit, told me she was sorry and all that, and came back a few hours later with some black guys. And I said, well, what are you guys doing? She goes, my friends want that big screen TV. And I said, well, Denise, that's not mine. That belongs to Dave, the man that lives here. She goes, I know, but they're going to come and take it, so If you want, they'll give you some money. How much money do you need for a ticket to get out of here? Because they're going to take it anyway. And I said, well, my bus ticket's $160 for me and the baby. And so she got me the ticket, took us to the bus station, and we left. We went to Utah. And I guess